Hello out there in the interwebs, you have your tubes tuned to Kennel Brony, and I am going to be working on some of the more aesthetic mods that are in this. And one of those is the Forge Microblocks. And we're going to make ourselves a saw. Can we do it with amethyst? Nope. It said it couldn't do it with amethyst. I had to check. So, there we go. Like that. There we are. Diamond saw. So, why would I want to make a saw? Well, you can use that to make your microblocks. So we can do these all the way down to covers. So starting with just 8 stained glass blocks, I've got enough covers, hopefully, for the monitor that I'm going to make. But wait, that's not all. We've also got Carpenter's Blocks, which is very good mod. Hopefully I'm remembering this recipe right. Nope! Oh, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Oh, okay. I didn't mess it up too badly then. Let's just go ahead and shift click. There we go. Carpenter's Blocks. Now I want to make the collapsible block. Right? Yes, I want the collapsible block for this build. Because the collapsible block is really good for doing well, any kind of uneven surface, really. And I might use some of the slopes and wedges and stuff, but if I do, I'll just come back to that. And then the last aesthetic mod is chisel. If I can just find my iron, I believe, nope, that's aluminum. I believe I can make it with 2 stone sticks and a bit of iron. I was almost organized, loyal viewers. I was this close. I was this close to being organized. Alright, I don't know if we can use... Nope, that's not what I want. Alright, how do we make the chisel? We make... not the carpenter chisel. The chisel mod chisel. That's not it. Ghostwood chisel. What the heck is ghostwood? Anyway, you see all these blocks here? These are all from the chisel mod, which is why it is a great mod. There we go. Oh, just a regular stick. Okay. Beep. Chisel. And you can either craft your chisel stuff in a crafting grid, or if you equip the chisel like so and right click, you take your block, you put it in there, and you get all these different options for what you want to do with it. And you can do it with stone. If you chisel something, you can also, like say I thought I wanted these, but then decided, no, I just wanted regular jungle planks. Then you can do that. And that's pretty much the chisel mod in a nutshell. It's got a couple of special blocks that you can craft, but I'm not going to do any of them for this particular build, just because it's going to be a fairly simple build. I had one chest around that had a lot of room in it. There it is. Alright, I don't need that, that, apples, stick, iron, those things, that thing, that thing, and that thing. Alright. I will need stone, my collapsible things. Oh, I need to make a hammer, actually. How do I make the hammer? I've never actually made the hammer. The carpenter hammer. Carpenter's hammer. Okay, 2 carpenter blocks and things. Cool, I've got all that. The carpenter's hammer actually lets you adjust your various carpenter block things. It's a really good tool. I've never actually used it myself before because, well, like I said at the last video, most of my builds have been more functional than pretty. But one of my goals for this series is to get better at prettifying. Is it this one? There we go. I'll take... How many more of these should we take? One more. There we go. That should be enough. So yes, we're going to make ourselves an old school CRT monitor for the facade around our Inscribomatic. I should probably make a sign for the Inscribomatic, just so that I can actually remember what the name is, because I'm bad with names. I am very, very bad at remembering names, loyal viewers. Alright, so I did a little bit of preparation on it. Just kind of, basically got an idea of what I'm going to do with it. And I punched down a whole bunch of plants, that's why you see me picking up stuff right now. So let's start off by getting rid of some of this dirt here. Because the way a CRT monitor is... excuse me. You have kind of the boxy back section, and then it comes forward into the monitor, and the monitor is a little bit bigger than the box section. So I think that's about the dimensions that I want. So I'm building the monitor itself out of stone because you might be like, ugh, stone, that's boring and gray. Well, yeah, it's a CRT monitor. They're boring and gray. Whew. Built 2 on that one, huh? There we go. That'll be good. Alright, so pretty much all we gotta do is just box this in, and here will probably be a cover instead of a full block. Yeah. So yes, how have you guys been? I've been doing alright. Been working on different stuff. Been discovering how difficult it can be to actually try to record Minecraft stuff, because you want to have cool stuff to show the viewers, but you don't want to bore them by showing them all of the boring things you actually do. Like if I showed you the process I went through to actually build the Inscribomatic, I think you guys would be bored to tears. But of course, you want to actually see progress. I mean, that's one of the things that's cool about watching Minecraft videos, is being able to watch someone build something cool. So that's why we're going to build this thing on camera, because it's fairly basic, and I don't think I'll bore you guys to tears with it. Now I might need to be breaking some of these back down, because another feature of a CRT monitor is that the little box thing is not just a straight up box. It's usually kind of curved and stuff, and that's why we got these Carpenter's collapsible blocks, because I want to make a kind of weird curvy bit on the back here. Alright, that should be alright. Alright, so I might come back and extend this piece out a little bit further, but I want it to go that should be alright. And of course I forget that I can fly. Of course I forget that I can fly. I went through so much trouble to get the ability to fly, only to forget that I in fact have the ability to fly. Alright, we'll stub this out all the way over here. There we go. And then these blue stained glass covers we will use there. Yes. put them back a little bit and, you know, do it wrong. Alright, so get on there right. There we go. So I wanted to be able to make it look like, you know, a computer monitor. And most computer monitors have the blue background to them, at least in my experience. So we just, these covers can be difficult to put down just right. Oop, hold still. Get on there. No, that's the wrong way. That's the correct way. Alright, get over here like that and like that. Haha. Alright, so I think you guys probably can tell how this is going to look. So I'm going to cut out here and actually jump cut to some miscellaneous things that I had gotten up to. I found some king slimes that I beat up, and I also made a little wither skeleton farm. Just a little one. It really does show off how simple things can be if you think with mods. So I'm going to finish building this, or at least the basic outline for it. And then I think we'll cut back to me playing around with the Carpenter slopes. Slopes? These guys. Collapsibles. Playing with the Carpenter's collapsibles. So I will be back in a moment. Hey! Running around doing stuff and I found a king slime. And I'm not sure if I've fought a king slime on camera or not. So, well, let's kick his butt. This is why I love having rapiers. Because I can just spam on him. See? Look at that. We got a king slime lumber axe, which is it's not exactly the fastest thing around, but more importantly we get these miniature yellow hearts. I think that once our quarry is finished, we can see about getting ourselves some more hearts. That'll be fun. Alright, well that's all that I... Another king slime. Where? Where is he? There he is. Okay, well, we'll beat up 2 king slimes for the price of 1. This time he'll be on the ground. And we'll just, see, this right here, that's why I love the rapier. So yes, that's all I want to show you guys. I'm actually on the hunt for witch circles, the little Stonehenges. Because I know I've got one around here somewhere. I just don't know where. Let's go ahead and hang out together. There it is. Alright, so I went and made myself a soul shard. I actually already got a little bit on this one. So the way you get the witches is they are in the corners like that. So the way you can use these spawners, as long as they're vanilla ones, this one is, you just get yourself your soul shard and just right click. And each one I believe counts for 200 souls. So, yep. I've eaten up, I ate up 1 Stonehenge before this. And so now I've got a tier 4 witch shard. And there's one more. There's one more Stonehenge right up where we're actually going to be building. Right there, I think. Yeah, I believe right there is another Stonehenge. No, not there. There is another Stonehenge. So, yes, we will soon have ourselves a tier 5 witch spawner as well. That's all I want to show you guys, though. So, I will catch you... Well, I'll be back in a second, because this is not a full video, definitely. Got a little quickie for you guys. I think this episode is probably going to be a lot of little quick things. I wanted to show you a cool trick for getting yourself a whole bunch of wither skeletons. Now, anyone knows that getting yourself a wither skeleton farm in vanilla is a huge pain in the butt. I mean, you gotta do so much stuff. You got to clear out your entire nether fortress. You got to do things and blah 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 blah. No one likes it. Or since you're playing Modsauce, you can just grab yourself a vanilla skeleton spawner, take it into the nether, and it'll spawn mostly wither skeletons. Sometimes it'll decide it wants to, you know, do a regular skeleton like it's gonna do now. But for the most part, oh, there, see? Wither skeleton. And then you just put a little bar across the top there, and if you're not stupid, you can keep yourself from getting hit. And, you know, you can do just this for your wither skeleton farm if you want to. What I will eventually be using it for is getting myself a tier 5 wither skeleton shard. There you are. But yeah, tier 5 wither skeleton shard. Doesn't that sound nice? Grab myself one of these because I got a little hole over here that I want to patch up. Boop. There we go. So yeah, I believe that I'll probably, off camera, getting a whole bunch of wither skeletons. That'll be awesome. I wonder if I should make a shard for ghasts too. Where are you, ghast? Hiding like a coward? Alright. Anyway, that was pretty much that. And I always go the wrong way. Alright. Back to doing whatever I was doing. I'll see you guys later. And I'm back. Whoop, that's the wrong button. And I'm back. So these collapsible blocks are really cool. When you set them down, they will actually start making a slope on their own towards the nearest full block. So we're gonna do like this, and let's see, did I do that wrong? I did. There and there. There we go. No, I don't like that. I also don't like the stupid blood moon rising. So I'll probably get me some, I might do some wedges on the top there. But I want to show you guys the real cool part about the carpenter stuffs. Well, as you can see right here, you can hammer things down with it, which is very, very cool. Helps get it a bit more curved, I think. Makes it feel a little better. Smack that one down and that one down. And what do I need? Right there? Right there a little bit? No, I need to pull this one right off. What have I done wrong? Oh, what I've done wrong is forget that this is, whoop, 6x6. There we go. So, Blood Moon. I'll come back to you guys after the Blood Moon's gone later. And we're back. And I pushed the wrong button once more. Anyway, we're back. The Blood Moon is handled, and we have the back of our CRT monitor to deal with. Now you're thinking, the shape's kind of right, Kennel, but the color is all wrong for these things up here. Well, this is why Carpenter's Blocks is really awesome for people who like building, because you can color them with anything. There are a couple blocks that don't quite go into it as well as you might like, but look at that. But for my money, they are really good. They're probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite aesthetic things. And we'll just get these two off there. Alright, so there is our Not the most mind-blowing aesthetic build, yes, I know. Um, but it is what it is. Um, I'll try to clean up inside here a little bit. Um, I might try to make the inside look less like, you know, the boring gray outside, and see if I can put, like, you know, wires and cool computery looking bits flowing all over the place. We shall see, we shall see. But that kind of little detail work is, I think, is much better to have done off camera than on, just because it's really little itty bitty things that add up in the end, but are kind of boring to watch, I think. So we've got ourselves a whole lot more of these collapsible blocks still to play around with, probably later though, because yes, these are definitely going to be in our repertoire for things. I think I got the proportions pretty good too. Alright, so I think that will do it for this one. We have, let's see, we've played around with some king slimes. We've built ourselves a little CRT monitor. We've done a little bit of our wither skeleton farm. And I don't know. Should we fight a wither next time? No, we're not ready for a wither. Are we? No, we don't have anything for a bow yet. We don't have any kind of interesting bow yet. I don't know. We've got some levels. We could go enchant a bow. So yes, next time we might fight the wither, or we might try to do some more stuff with our new base, because things need to get done around here. That's what we should do, actually. Instead of going off to play with a wither yet, we really need to get some of the applied energistics storage going, because, like I said, digging through chests is not going to cut it, loyal viewers. It is just not. So, next time I think we will... yes, next time we will get ourselves some applied energistics going. And I'll see if I can get enough blocks to do what I want to do for my main building. Because talking with one of my friends, he's just recently getting into Minecraft, and he's talking about making himself a road out of gold. And I was like, makes me think of Oz, makes me think of the Emerald Tower. I wonder if I could make an Emerald Tower from the Emerald City in my base, and use that for you know, storage room, or for whatever floats my fancy. For my storage room though, I think I'm going to try to build a bank, because, well, where else are you going to put your valuables? Though of course we're going to have a trophy room in our Emerald Tower, and I think that's going to be what the Emerald Tower is for. Trophy room for just showing off the cool little blocks, whatever cool blocks I find, whatever cool armors, whatever cool mobs. So that's the basic plan for next time, I think, loyal viewers. We will see about getting the applied energistics going, and then we will also see about getting a bank, or maybe just an ATM. I'm not sure if I can handle a full-on I'm not sure if I'm deserving of a full-on bank yet. So I will catch you guys on the flip side. Laters.